Hey everyone, it's Amanda, Pineal Painting, Sarasota, Florida. So I'm painting the exterior, and here in Florida we have pretty much all concrete block homes with the stucco knockdown finish on the walls outside. I got shutters on the windows over here, so I'm just doing my best to go around those. But so is it actually worth it to hire helpers anymore? This is the question. I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately, and from my perspective, I don't think it is. Unless you can find a couple people that are really good and experienced that you can trust, so you can walk away and you know they're going to do a good job and they're not going to break things and make a mess everywhere, then yeah, it might be worth it. But from my experience, what I've seen, I just watched my neighbor's house get painted last week, and it was a disaster. I almost wanted to make a video on it because it was so bad. The guy had, but I don't want to blow the business up, so I didn't record any of it because I didn't want to make the guy look bad, because I know how difficult it is to find people. But this guy, he had three guys on the job. It was a house, maybe a little bit, oh, there goes the air conditioner. It was a house maybe a little bit bigger than this. Maybe a little bit. I would say not much bigger, right? So I'm in a gated community. Usually all of our houses that we paint down here, if you're a paint contractor and in Florida, probably 90% of your business is going to be in these gated communities, and that can be pretty fun because you got, look at the grass, look how tall the grass is over here. Just walking through this stuff is like walking through the sand on a beach and pulling your equipment around in it. Anyway, so this guy that I watched him with his workers, he had 3 guys on this house, not much bigger than this one I'm doing right here, and they were doing a lot of crazy stuff. I was watching them and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not gonna be good. So they show up, they start spraying sealer like I did. I sprayed sealer and I tinted it because the wall color was like a darker tan. I'm trying to get it covered in one, but the homeowner, they say if we have to do 2 coats, we have to do 2 coats. But I try to save everybody money and give everybody the best deal that I can. I know people are crunched right now for funds, but basically when you live in gated communities like this, you have to keep your house maintained. If you don't, they can start fining you, and the HOA, it gets a little crazy with the HOAs down here. If anybody has seen any videos on the HOAs down here, then you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so he's got 3 guys and they start spraying sealer everywhere. They first of all, the guy is spraying the soffits this way. He's going instead of going like you're supposed to, right? You guys like my sound effects? So then he gets in front of the driveway and he goes and he sprays right across the driveway, and the homeowner's car was in the driveway, you guys, in the driveway. Didn't even ask the homeowner to move their car. I'm like, oh my gosh, the car is gonna have paint all over it. Then they get over to the area where there's a screened in area, and the guy, they're spraying. They didn't even cover the screens. So I'm like, wow, this is gonna be really, really interesting. Then the next day they show up and they take all the downspouts down and they just throw them in a big pile over on the side, all together in a big pile. I'm like, that's gonna be quite the puzzle to figure out later on, because I always keep mine separate. And first of all, I never take my downspouts down until I'm ready to paint behind them, because basically we've had a lot of crazy rain. The weather's been crazy, and anyway, in summertime it rains a lot. So it's not a good idea to take these downspouts down, and then if you get a bad rainstorm, then the homeowner, it can cause damage because the rain has nowhere to filter out and filter down into the yard. So it just pours down into their landscaping and it just makes a big mess, and it's really not a professional look. So it was like one thing after another over there. And then the guy that owned the business, I looked the business up actually, and they had a rejected on the if anybody wants to look up a company down here in Florida, it's sunbiz.org, and every company should be licensed and do their article. When you do your articles of incorporation, you're on sunbiz.org. So I look them up, and of course the articles were rejected, and he hadn't filed any year-end reports or anything on there. So I'm like, okay, so he's not legal. He's got all these, foreigners. He's got 3 guys over there working that obviously the guy that was spraying didn't even really know how to spray, and then they just weren't really doing a good job. So then the next day, it was after hours, after the guys got done and left, the homeowner had the business owner out there for like 45 minutes pointing at everything that wasn't right and all this stuff, and he ended up having to come back because they got paint all over the driveway, and he had to pressure wash the driveway, and they were over there cleaning the screens off, and I was like, I knew it was not going to be good. So anyway, my point is it worth hiring helpers in Florida right now, or pretty much anywhere? Give me your opinion on it. If you're like painting, you have a painting company in another state and you're watching this, I'm kind of curious to find out, is it like it is down here? Because that guy had 3 workers on that job, and they were there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, came back on Saturday, then Monday. So you're talking 7 days to pay the guys, and they had to go back and fix a bunch of stuff. They probably should have had that house done in 3 days tops. But basically what I do is I do one of these houses all by myself with no helpers in 5 days. So I'm just like, how much money did that guy actually make off of that job? Probably not very much. So the first thing I did when I got here was actually the homeowner trenched the house out for me. When you're doing exterior repaints, the proper way is you have to trench the bottom out. You got to get a shovel and dig all this sand, dirt, whatever. You got to get as low down the bottom of the house that you can. That's the proper professional way to do an exterior paint job. The homeowner actually did that for me this time. I was pretty happy when I showed up, and that was all done already. You can see they went all the way around the house, so that was pretty cool. Dug it all out for me. Then I sprayed sealer, and you can see where I went real heavy on the bottom just to make sure and get a really good seal on the bottom with the sealer conditioner, concrete masonry sealer conditioner. And I always seal all of my houses, always the exteriors. I always seal. So what I did was basically I tinted the sealer. I think I mentioned that already. And with the sealer, you can see a lot of lines on the walls, but the sealer is like, technically it's a clear. It's like a milky white, and then it dries clear. But then when I had it tinted, it had a little bit of a white to it. So you're not gonna get like a full coverage on the sealer. You mostly just want to mist it on. It's so thin it really penetrates in everywhere. And I spray the sealer before I do any cracks, fix any cracks. Let's see, can you see this crack running right here? So basically, after I sprayed the sealer, I'm going around and I'm spraying all the soffit and fascia. I'm actually in the middle of doing that right now, and I'm using DTM, direct to metal, because it lays down and gives such a nice glossy finish. And I'm using a semi-gloss finish. You can see where I stopped here. This is what it looked like. Some of the sealer got on the underneath of the soffit. Sorry, the air conditioner is running, and then this is what I've already sprayed. So once I go around and spray all the soffit and fascia, which I'm basically almost done. This last strip is the last that I have with the soffit. Hello. And looks like there's another worker here, and the homeowner's trying to get out, and I'm in the driveway. Let me see if they want me to move. You need me to move? You need me to move? Let me move my van. Okay. All right, sorry about that. I had to move my car so the homeowner could get out. So basically, this last strip is the last part that I have for the soffit and fascia, and then I'm gonna go around and start painting the walls on here. I guess the electrician is here. They forgot they had the electrician coming today. It's pretty in these gated communities, but the grass is so thick. But you can see over here where I sprayed the soffit and fascia. So working by yourself, let's see. I came on Monday, took me 2 hours to pressure wash this all the way down to the bottom, all the way around and in both lanais. Then Monday I came and I worked 4 hours. In 4 hours I sprayed all of the sealer all the way around the house, and I sprayed almost all of the soffit except for the last part that I'm finishing right now. I did all that in 4 hours. That's it. And I wasn't running around like crazy. I was just working hard. So that's 6 hours. Yesterday, it rained so bad. I was on my way here and I called him and I'm like, is it raining over there? Because the sky is black looking that way. And he's like, yeah, it's starting to pour. So I just turned around and went back home. So then today, I'll do another 4 hours because out in this extreme heat, I only work like 4 hours a day out here in this. So another 4 hours today, and I will have all of the house sealed and all the soffit and fascia sprayed, and I'll be ready to start putting and I'll be ready to start rolling and brushing the walls. So I mean, 5 days is all it takes for one person, one little girl. Yeah, this guy that painted at my neighbor's house, whole crew, 3 guys, took them 7 days, and they messed up a bunch of stuff. So, you know, down here, word of mouth is pretty much everything when it comes to running your business. So it's really not a good look to have people messing stuff up, getting paint all over the driveways, and I don't know. Give me your opinion. I'll give you guys some updates when I start rolling these walls. I want to see just how many hours it actually takes me to do this job over here in comparison. Because I haven't had to work with a lot. I haven't worked with people in this is like 5 years now, doing this on my own. That's one thing that's like iffy. I mean, if you don't have the energy, which I'm starting to and it wears on your body. It's a lot of wear and tear on your body. But for peace of mind and to not have stress, it's actually, I think, worth it. You have to do it by yourself. You got to do everything by yourself now, guys. You can't hire anybody. I should do an in the office video and tell you guys some of the stories. You guys would laugh. Oh my gosh, you would laugh so hard if I told you some of the stories of the stuff I've seen people do. Oh God, it's funny. Anyway, I'm kind of zero tolerance when it comes to that stuff. I don't put up with anything on my job. So basically, I'm the only one that works on my jobs. It's pretty much the only way to do it nowadays, guys. All right, I'm gonna finish spraying this. you so much.
You're welcome.
Wasn't that so nice? Homeowner brought me out water. Thank you. Ah, nice cold water. I love my people. Okay. What we got left? Oh. I'm glad the wind's blowing that way and not towards the road where everybody's cars are parked. It's blowing towards the back of the house, so that's good. It's another thing, you got to be careful for the wind. You know, when you're spraying outside, the sprayer atomizes the paint into little fine little particles, and the wind can carry it over a mile. So spraying in front of somebody's driveway with their car in the driveway, not a good idea. All right, I'm done spraying the last of that soffit fascia. I'm gonna go over. I see a nice shady spot under this plumeria tree over here. I'm gonna clean my sprayer out underneath of it. Smarter, not harder. It's always nice when you can find a nice shady area. This is beautiful, isn't it? So I need to get some water. Let's get this cleaned out. Once I clean this out, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna caulk all these cracks like this. This one runs all the way up. We get a lot of settling of these houses down here in Florida. As they settle, they get a lot of cracks. So I go around and caulk all those. I'm gonna clean this sprayer out first. So guys, this is what I used on the exterior. This is Loxon. It's an acrylic conditioner sealer, and I had it tinted white because I'm gonna be painting the house white. On soffit and fascia, Pro Industrial. This is DTM, and I went with the Bronze And this gives a much nicer finish on the metal. I am so hot right now, and all of my clothes are soaking wet. I did 3 hours today, and I finished up all the spraying, so I think I'm gonna head out for today. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've done 9 hours so far on this job, and I'm already getting ready to start rolling the walls. I'm gonna start doing the walls tomorrow, so so I'm getting out of here. 103. Ah.